Love you, baby, 1,000 times. Remember love, God teacher found in school. Oh, laughing, he felt just like a fool. He felt very funny line. I had to write for time. But I love you, love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, love you, I love you, love you, time. Baby, I love you. You know that I do. The love that I treasure, loving you was not a sin. Punishment was pleasure. Oh, I do it all over again. I run to my finger, got more. I reach to right just a little bit more. I love you, love you, love you, I love you. Girl, I love you, I love you, love you, I love you. Girl, I love you, I love you, I love you. Did you read my letter? Been on my mind. All is settled, but I love you 1,000 times. From sorry about that clicking, y'all. Hey, beautiful soul. This is not going to be a real long stream, y'all. I just want to go. I'm going to try to keep it under an hour. The other stuff is going to probably be on one of my other channels, and that way, whoever it is that's interested in that stuff can either see it when I premiere it. Hey, educated Aries. Hey, beautiful soul. It's not going to be a real long live stream. I'm going to try to keep it under an hour, and I'll go into that. As I told you before, I'm not necessarily rebranding, but I am, basically investing a whole lot more of my time into building a Patreon catalog for my Nubian Narcissist Nemesis channel, and my true crime channel. For the most part, that will still be on YouTube, and I have some pretty awesome stuff lined up, and that's where I want to invest the majority of my my time and energy over the next 90 to 120 days. Okay. Got my calendar right here. So, and that starts tomorrow. Okay. I haven't decided on, I have a theme that I want to do for certain days of the week. So I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do that. I have an idea, but it's going to be like, I'm going to try out different formats and see which format works best for me and which one my audience is the most receptive to, because they matter. They actually have to watch the stuff. So I can think it's amazing. I can think it's great. But if they're not receptive to it, then what's the point, right? So I'll be trying out different things for different days of the week. Some stuff may work on one day of the week. It might be another episode or segment that I have carved out for maybe Wednesday that they might not like. So it depends. But I'm definitely going to be watching my analytics very closely and seeing what my audience is receptive to. It's unless I'm actually live, because time is of the essence for most people. I'm going to, hey, Kels. Because time is of the essence for most people, I'm going to try to limit. Now, y'all know I'm quite long-winded, so I don't know how I'm gonna be able to limit uploads to 10 minutes, but I'm going to try. Okay? Because one of the things that I watch closely is the click-through rate. You know, so I have to get better with that. Hey, Scorpio things. Hey, Egyptian goddess. How y'all doing? Hey, Darren. So hold on, I'm gonna go through the chat. Give me 1 second. And I'm not going to be watching the chat, so mods hold it down. That's another thing. StreamYards actually allows you to premiere 2-hour-long pre-recorded videos. And I tried to actually premiere some previous live streams. The only way it'll let you do that is if the live stream is under 2 hours. So y'all know that that's a struggle for me. So I have to be mindful of that as well. Because with that particular feature, basically, I wouldn't even have to be, if I had something else to do, I could trust the mods to hold it down. So you definitely know I'm going to be making some changes as far as my mods go, because I have to be able to trust the mods. Okay. I have more than one channel. And I don't want to be spread out all over the place. But they have to be trusted, because it's not that I'm not going to monitor what they're doing, or that I'm just going to give them free reign. Like there will be like certain rules in place, right? But so that I can focus the majority of my energy and my time on my podcast and my blog. I promise you, I probably could write a couple of books with just the stuff that I write down. I'm a prolific writer, right? I'm a prolific reader as well, but I'm a prolific writer. So the time that I've been spending on YouTube, I don't even think I even realized how much time had lapsed. I honestly did not. And it's disturbing to me when I look back in retrospect, because honestly, that's a waste of my gifts and of my talents. It's a waste of what I have to bring to the table to not only another content creators platform, should we collaborate, and what I have to bring to my audience, most important. So with that being said, one of the things it's important for that I want everybody to get to get the gist of is that I'm not going to go back and forth answering people every time somebody demand a response. With specific regards, other receipts to individuals that I promise to drop receipts on, that's what's going to be uploaded to another channel. I'm not going to use my main channel for that. That's basically giving them free promotion. And a lot of the individuals that are addressing me, quite frankly, they just haven't put in the type of work that I've put in. And I'm not giving them free promotion from my platform. My platform is to address the individuals that need to be addressed. Everybody that's calling my name or everybody that's twerking for my attention, I'm sorry, they just haven't put in the type of work that I put in. So no, I'm not going to address each and every person. And that's just the way that it is. I don't really care about them getting in their feelings about it, because the fact of the matter is, apparently they're already in their feelings. That's why they're doing so much twerking. And they can stay in their feelings. I have to stop. Just basically, I have to start conserving my energy. Not only to the minding the business that pays me, but to worthwhile. It has to be worthwhile causes. And I think in a lot of instances, the empath in me does have compassion, is empathetic, and sympathetic to other people's plights, not just that of my own. But one of the things that's very frustrating as an empath is watching to know that you have good intentions, and to watch people, and you have, not only do you have good intentions, but to know that you've told the truth, that you haven't lied about anything. And to watch people flock to the very person that can cause them harm, that's just, I just have to take my hands off of situations and just off of individuals. Again, that those are things that I have to work out in my own time, and I'll be doing that with other women that actually want to heal, that actually do want to work, that actually do want to put the time in, to take the hiatus to heal. There was a lot of sisters that contacted me regarding this incident, because it's just a constant reminder. I just wish Black people would stop acting like they really give a shit about Black women and Black girls, because the fact of the matter is you don't. And a lot of you never have. Those of you that actually do are far few and in between. If we could make carbon copies of you, that would be great. But because that's not logical, it's unlikely that that's going to happen. So I'm not surprised by polite. Why would anybody be surprised by polite? Did people being accused, did men being accused of sexually assaulting Black women and girls, did that concept just fall out of the sky with polite? Or has it been going on? For how many years? That's nothing new. And that's not a lack or an indifference for the victim. That's just the truth. And it's, what I find is that it's often that it's women that pretty much, we heard it as far as the whole air quotes pull-up situation. Well, what was she doing there? Why was she wearing that? How long have they been saying that? They say the same thing all the time, no matter what happens to a Black woman. It wouldn't have mattered if I was walking along the street and a total stranger did the same thing. We hear the same thing even when that's not the case scenario. Isn't that what we hear when abusers, isn't that what we hear when enablers of abusers Say, well, what did you say? You must have said something. Well, just try not to do that, or just try not to say that. How long have we been hearing that? Have we not heard our grandmothers, our mothers, our aunts, our cousins, our sisters, our nieces, our daughters say the same thing? If nobody in your family has, then what about your neighbor? What about your coworker? What about your colleague? All of a sudden, I just find it so interesting that Black women die at 3 times the rate of every other race of woman in this nation at the hands of their significant other. And what do you know? When you actually talk to Black people, there's nobody, no, they don't know anybody like that. That's interesting. When you talk about molestation, everybody had all the men in their family. Well, guess what? I don't want to get too far off topic, but at the end of the day, when it's said and done, that type of time and energy, it's not going to be on YouTube for other people to take my intellectual property, then come back, basically recycle my intellectual property, benefit from it monetarily, and then tell me that I don't have content. Steal my ideas and steal my concepts. And if I dare call them out on it, call me a hater or somebody that's a clout chaser. Do you know how many offers I've had to go on very successful YouTubers platforms? That I'm sorry, that would include Sonetta. As a matter of fact, I was asked more than once and respectfully declined both times. And why did I respectfully decline that? Because of my audience. That's why I did that. That was over a year ago. I didn't go over there clout chasing. I didn't go over there trying to doing things to get his attention, nor anybody else. I've had offers from Minister Jack quite some time ago to come on the show. And he's not the only one. So although I respect other content creators that have built successful platforms and have been here for years and have put the work in, I pay homage. But as far as chasing them for clout or just going along to get along, that's never been my stilo. I don't intentionally ruffle feathers all of the time, but I'm not kissing anybody's ass and making compromises when it comes to doing things that are not that are ultimately going to be to my detriment either. So I just found it interesting when I went back over. I've told you all that from that pull-up incident, I also took video footage. I recorded before, and I recorded while the police were there as well. I also recorded once I got back in the car with my sister. So I think in all of the sensationalism, why I was actually frustrated, I think that went over everybody's heads. That wasn't as juicy and salacious as the real reason. And I just want to know, how long are the able-bodied men, in particular content creators, going to allow this dude to milk this story? Because we're at what now? The 22nd? You have not heard me, other than discussing it briefly on Pastor Wilson's platform, and that was to clarify some of the things that were put out there that were just blatant lies. Everybody overlooked the fact that this man had been stalking me for months. Everybody overlooked the fact that his whole issue was because he could not control me and control my platform, a platform that he had no part in building. He is new to this sector. I would not know the people that I know on this platform if he did anything to build me. I've been here. He is new to the sector. The last time sectors merged, there wasn't any clout to be gained from his platform. As a matter of fact, I showed receipts that each and every time I went to his platform, I was asked to come to the platform or asked if I could hit the link, which is the reason why, although I've been, hey, Warren, although I've been very generous with that, I don't think I can afford to do that. I was only at that platform in the first place in support of another YouTuber. That was my only reason for being there. I didn't watch the guy's content. I wasn't even subscribed to his friggin' channel. What you say, King Curl? I'm going to play this. I did a video for you guys today, Cam. That when I was cammed up. I just uploaded that little short little snippet, but I'm going to share. Hopefully, the YouTube guys are good to me today, and since it's Sunday, and I can share with you all the video that I did. It's about maybe 28 minutes. There's a part of it that, listen, let me tell you something. I was tired. A light flashed in my eyes about halfway through, and my eyes went all over the place. I have astigmatism anyway. But anywho, I want my sisters to know that it doesn't matter, that with flaws and all, okay? So yes, I have to be willing to show mines if I want to motivate the sisters to do theirs. Now, just be clear, after it's only going to be the people that are on my Patreon that get to see me cammed up basically frequently, because I'm going to be camming up a lot more often. But those that y'all let me know if y'all can hear that. Hold on. I think what's being overlooked is why I actually went there. Or hold on. Resulted in the frustration with actually going there. I've watched individuals go from being obsessed about my dress, what their narrative is of my personality. It'll get clearer. Or the way I give my commentary on YouTube. There was this belief that I went there with the specific intent of having sex. So not only am I disgusted by that, it's very disappointing and it's very disturbing that there will be so many women that would actually co-sign that, were co-signing that. That's because at the end of the day, that would have been their motivation because they
Give
find
me,
that type
hold
of
on.
man
Let me see something.
attractive, because they are turned on by that type of man. I'm just wondering at what point do other able bodied men tell this 55-year-old man that he doesn't get any sort of street credibility, nor is he viewed as a gangster for coming out of his. Am I disgusted by that? It's very disappointing and it's very. There's been so much sensationalism around the pull up that I think what's being overlooked went there, or what resulted in the frustration with actually going there. I've watched individuals go from being obsessed about my dress, and because I didn't fit what their narrative is of my personality or the way I give my commentary on YouTube, there was this belief that I went there with the specific intent of having sex. So not only am I disgusted by that, it's very disappointing, disturbing that there would be so many women that would actually co-sign that. And I had to realize why so many women were co-signing that. That's because at the end of the day, that would have been their motivation because they find that type of man attractive, because they are turned on by that type of man. I'm just wondering at what point do other able bodied men tell this 55-year-old man that he doesn't get any sort of street credibility, nor is he viewed as a gangster for coming out of his residence with an armed handgun. At some point, it became evident to him that I was the only person there at the residence, that I did not have anyone with me, right? And if there was a concern about his safety, then the first thing to come out of his mouth would have not been, did I come there to his residence without any undergarments on? Now, I know that you have so many lawyers. It's ironic to me that there would be such aggressive panhandling because apparently we have so many experts on the law that are either paralegals or are attorneys. That is StreamYards, everybody. I done figured. Now that's the second time I did that. Yesterday I was doing something similar. Give me a second. I'm going to move to a different spot. Give me a minute, and I'll finish. I'll finish playing the back. Finish playing the video. Okay. Give me 1 second. Oh, and I wanted to say that as far as the star report is concerned, I did he was I emailed him yesterday. He emailed me, sent me a link, and I emailed him back. So we had communication via email. Okay, so everything is okay as far as that's concerned. Okay. He did actually send me an email. The email that he sent it to was the business email for my main channel. Okay, so when I was asking him about the email, when he said he sent the email, I was looking in the wrong email. Okay, but he has the correct one now. Okay, so we've communicated. All right, I just wanted to make everybody aware of that. Thanks. Now, hold on. Okay. Okay. So that should have resolved the problem. Just moving closer to the router. Give me 1 second. I want to see. Hey, Queen Rules. Is it coming through clear or is it choppy, y'all? Before I start. Can you guys hear me? Because I can hear myself through the earphones, but I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, beautiful soul. Welcome to everybody that came in the chat. Hey, I saw King Girl earlier. I think Nunya was first. Kells, the People's Lounge. Hey. Field of specialty. But make no mistake about it, what Devin Cannon did was a crime. Okay? It's not a crime to ring someone's doorbell. It doesn't matter what time of the day or night it is. What we do know for a certainty is that he knew who was at the door. And how do we know that? Well, we know that in part because he released a video that the police, the Philadelphia Police Department, were not privy to. They were not privy to the fact that he had a weapon. If he had a weapon, he would have been required to produce documentation that he was lawfully possessing that weapon. He was not. That's the reason why his residence, when he was walking down the street earlier that day making death threats, he denied being in possession of a gun, but he made it a point to say he was going to defend himself. Well, they expect you to defend yourself. What they don't expect you to do is, if someone that you have to defend yourself against, according to you, shows up at your residence, you visualize who was at the front door. You're not answering the door or coming outside of your residence unaware of who it is. Before you can shoot someone, even in a stand your ground state, did he have the opportunity to retreat? Absolutely. Because he's inside of his residence, he has access to a cell phone, and he's able to call the police. That's not what he did. He came out of his door, talked under my clothes first, which is something normally that you don't do when there's a perceived threat. When there's a perceived threat or imminent danger, you don't talk underneath of the person's clothes before you eliminate the threat. But there has been all of these people justifying what he did. And the concept, the motivation for what drove me to do that was lost. I recorded before I went to his residence. I actually recorded while I was listening to him on a live stream, making terroristic threats, threatening the lives of my family, threatening to come to where I live in West Philadelphia. On my way to Grown Folks TV 2.0, Grown Folks TV. He's been online all day long, threatening to kill me, threatening to kill my children, and he's been doing it relentlessly. He was sent to cease and desist. Nonetheless, he still continues to contact me. He still continues to live stream. He still continues to make death threats. And while he's making death threats, simultaneously going to the police department, filing police reports. Police were called today. I have the live stream downloaded on my laptop. He brandished a handgun. Not only did he brandish a handgun, but he showed the clip. He said that he would put a gun in my mouth, basically, and reenacted some sort of scene scenario. On my way to Grown Folks TV 2.0. I plugged my mic back in. Accidentally unplugged my mic. He's been online all day long, threatening to kill me, threatening to kill my children, and he's been doing it relentlessly. He was sent to cease and desist. Nonetheless, he still continues to contact me. He still continues to live stream. He still continues to make death threats. And while he's making death threats, simultaneously going to the police department, filing police reports. Police were called today. I have the live stream downloaded on my laptop. He brandished a handgun. Not only did he brandish a handgun, but he showed the clip. He said that he would put a gun in my mouth, basically in reenacting some sort of scenario where he would be putting a gun in my mouth, and you can see I have the same clothing on. Okay, hold on. I wanna just say, y'all, that I wanna say, hey everybody, hey Tap, hey Vic, what up though? I want to say that the talking that you hear is basically, I'm recording that video while he's live streaming, making threats, making death threats, even after the police come to his residence and leave. I actually have the entire live stream with a Philadelphia police officer. Her face is clearly visible with her name across her name, her badge number, and her name is clearly visible in the video. If you zoom in, you can see her name and her badge number. And he's telling the police that no, he doesn't have a weapon, saying that I will defend myself if I have to. That's something different. You still have to have a justifiable grounds to do that. What he was supposed to do is to get on the phone and call the police, and this same narrative that he's been running around. This is the 22nd. This happened on the 1st of August. How long are y'all going to allow this dude to milk this story? Because he's somehow running around YouTube using that as a way to say, yeah, I'm tough. I'm a killer. This is what I'll do. Well, are men supposed to be intimidated by that? Because yes, it may intimidate women, but it's not going to intimidate a man that knows that that wasn't masculine behavior. Now, it's one thing. Yeah, you have the luxury of being able to say, being able to say, well, online she's this, and online you're a gangster. To look at who was the imminent threat in that moment. I'm sorry, not sorry, but unless you've researched the law for Philadelphia, no, the state Philadelphia is basically in a state of emergency because of gun violence. If I had taken that video, now you all have your opinion about what you all have your opinion, right? I'm going to let you hear what the detective said, what a Philadelphia detective said, not what you all are talking about. What a detective that I talked to the day he released that video, what Detective Fred in the district where he lives at told me to do, what the district attorney told me to do. Had I done that, he would be in jail right now. So all of you people that were running around talking about how awful it was, how somebody set a black man up, when were you going to tell him to shut the fuck up? How long are you all going to entertain him and allow him to hop on and off of panels and get up there and pretend to be a victim when you can go to his goddamn channel and you can hear his commentary over the last year saturated with death threats? Nonetheless, I lost 2 channels. His is still there. Is there some reason why they see me as more of a threat than him? that his channel should still be there? Is there some reason why his channel is still there? Because his channel is full with his channel isn't full with content. His channel was full with doxing, predominantly attacking women. The only place he attacks or addresses men is from his own panel. He doesn't go to panels where where the channel is predominantly men. He doesn't go to anybody's panel where he can't get the protection like he expected to get. Him and MBK, when they came to my platform, him and MBK both expected me to protect them from Suge. That's the fact of the matter. They both expected me to protect them from Suge. They wanted to sit in the chat and be on the panel talking shit about Suge, and for me not to allow him to come on the panel to defend himself. That's what they wanted. They wanted to talk shit in the chat and then expected, listen, if I could be bought, ZX would have bought Suge's wrench. I'm not for sale. And that's one of the reasons why I'm more of a threat than a lot of these people are. Because you can't bribe me. All of these people with all of these narratives, I did this for this reason, I did that for that reason. If I did what I was doing for whatever reason, if I was doing that for monetary reasons, wouldn't it be more financially lucrative for me to do what they were asking me to do? Wouldn't it be easier for me just to go along with the flow? It will be more beneficial, right? Or less, if put it this way, it would be less aggravating and go against the grain. But I'm known for going against the grain, not because I just like to be controversial, but because I'm just not an ass kisser. And if I don't agree with something, or if I don't support something, I don't support it. But this guy has gone around. Why didn't he circle his wagons and go back to Pastor Wilson's platform? Why? Because at that point, at what point did it become evident to him that although Pastor Wilson is a gay man, you weren't just going to get up there on a panel and manhandle him? Surely, if Pastor Wilson let me come on this platform, and we could actually have an amazing build, despite he didn't harbor any resentment, hold any grudges about something I said, and vice versa. And we actually had an awesome build. Why didn't he go back to Pastor Wilson's platform? Because like I said, he might have thought that that was going to be easy, an easy person for him to manipulate. Because make no mistake about it, when he was going over there in the beef sector, he did what predators do. He was looking for an open window, an unlocked door, and he was going to try to find the path of least resistance. Now, I get the gist that the beef sector is different from this sector, in that that's what they do. They go into each other's chats, and that's fine. Okay, well, again, Queen's Court. Get the Queen's Court chat person out of the chat, please. At the end of the day, again, do you have problems? Did you have an IEP when you were in school? Because apparently, retarded bitch, you have some problems comprehending. Is it that, or is it dick deprivation? Are you suffering from the I want Devin's dick so bad I can't do nothing? Are you suffering from the I want Devin Cannon's dick so bad I can't do nothing disease, bitch? Because you're running around this motherfucker caping for some dick. I'm starting to wonder, does it bother you raggedy bitches that I got closer to the funky motherfucker who don't wash his ass than y'all bitches do? Is that why you're really in your feelings? Because I'm starting to believe it's something else more to it. Are you suffering from the don't want to do nothing? But listen, bitch, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck, bitch. Why don't you hobo? Sell pussy to get to your lover then, bitch. You can have at it. Guess what, bitch? I rebuffed his advances, bitch. If I wanted the motherfucker, bitch, I could have had him a long time ago, bitch. I wasn't interested in him. I was never sexually attracted to him, bitch. That's why I rejected his advances. What the fuck are you talking about? You sound like a bitch that's been sucking dick since fucking goddamn junior high school. And all that goddamn variation of motherfucking semen ejaculated over your motherfucking brain, sleeping down your goddamn, in your stomach, going through your goddamn circulatory system done fucked up your brain, you retarded ass bitch. I said the fucking law applies to what you did in that fucking moment, stupid bitch. Call a lawyer and ask him, ho. You gonna be out here selling pussy to get that nigga the fuck out, you stupid bitch. Thinking you know what the fuck you talking about, you dumbass bitch. You don't even live in this motherfucking state, you raggedy whore. Bitch, you can reach him by airplane. You can reach him by motherfucking caravan. You can cross the motherfucking river on a motherfucking Arab man to get to the nigga for all I care, bitch. Why don't y'all bitches tell that nigga to leave me the fuck alone? Why haven't y'all bitches asked that ugly, funky, old-ass motherfucking nigga with his goddamn erectile dysfunction to leave me the fuck alone? You stupid bitch. Do you realize I've been asking since fucking May for that nigga to leave me the fuck alone? Since fucking April. I sent them a cease and desist. Have you asked that fucking nigga that you're over there working for free for, bitch? Why he's obsessed with a bitch that don't want him? You know what the problem with y'all raggedy, dusty bitches is? You raggedy, dusty bitches know he don't want your motherfucking ass. Guess what, bitch? I don't fucking want him. I don't find toxic, abusive niggas the fuck attractive, bitch. All y'all goddamn bitches can get around, jump over a motherfucking broom, and sing goddamn kumbaya and the motherfucking national anthem around a nigga's goddamn dirty ass dick he can't wash because he can't pay his motherfucking gas bills. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Stay the fuck out my goddamn face, ho. Because I'll tell you what I'll do, bitch. I'll find out who your man is, bitch, and I'll fuck him. I'll pull up on him with the goddamn fox fur motherfucking slippers on, bitch. Quicker for me to kick off so I can jump in the bed and jump on that dick, bitch, while you up here catering to some fucking nigga on the internet, you raggedy whore. Stay the fuck out my chat. You dusty bitch. What's his favorite color, ho? I'll wear a pair of motherfucking Fox slides. Cause bitch, I aim to please. Tell me what's your nigga favorite color, bitch. What's your husband's favorite color, ho? So I can wear bra and panties, bitch. To match the goddamn Fox fur slippers, ho. I even bring my own bed sheets, bitch. And leave your stupid ass outside crying on the porch about why I can't get in. Because he changed the locks on you, bitch. Now take your ass over there with Devin Cannon, you raggedy whore. Don't fuck with me when I'm being zen-like, bitch. When I'm in my zen zone, when my incense is burning and my sage, bitch, don't come up in my space with that bullshit. I need help. You know what I need help? Pulling these goddamn panties off to the side and running a tongue across this clit, bitch. Go get your man so he can do it. Chop, chop, bitch. That's what I need help with, ho. I need help with you telling me how long his tongue is that can go around these long-ass motherfucking nipples, bitch. I need a nigga with some good teeth, not some nigga that, listen, the teeth, it was the teeth for me. A teeth like that will go nowhere near my nipples. Okay? Point blank, period. Gotta have nice teeth. Okay? I breastfed my children from these titties. They have served me and my family well. Can't no motherfuckers with a mouthful of, it look like he got a mouthful of miniature motherfucking seesaws in his motherfucking mouth. No God. No man. I can't. I'm a spiritual religious woman, but ain't that much. No, you about much, listen. You be able to blow on Lazarus and get him a motherfucking erection before that listen, no. I don't fuck with motherfuckers that don't take care of their mouth. The lips that go across these chocolate kisses gotta be kissable, bitch. That I told y'all, it looked like that nigga ain't paid. It looked like and smelt like he ain't paid his tithes or his offerings or seen a dentist in 10 motherfucking years. Okay? All y'all want y'all bitches get together. Y'all love the nigga so much. Won't y'all raggedy bitches put together? You're paying the nigga internet bill and all that other shit. If Let's Get It had to buy the nigga pizza, you know goddamn well the rest of y'all bitches over there paying shit, probably paying the cell phone bill. One of y'all bitches probably paying. Listen, I'm going to tell you like this. If you're paying his electric, I thought I seen some illegal shit when I was over there. I'm just saying. It looked like somebody might be getting a hookup to me. So I hope one of y'all dumb bitches ain't paying the electric bill. I was looking around while I was standing out there on the porch. I call his neighbor and tell his neighbor he's stealing electricity. See, this is the reason why I said I'm going to do podcasting for a while. Only my people going to have access to me. Hey, Miss Young Sniper. Hey, Fashionista. These retarded bitches, listen, they can't stay the fuck. It's like he's sitting her in there. Go in there, bitch, and sacrifice yourself. These bitches are like the bitches that follow Charlie Manson around. Ain't nobody addressing these raggedy hoes. It seemed like he just tell these bitches, get in there and prove yourself. And see, here's the thing. Tat, oh, listen, we're not surprised by the way these mammies act since now Ari. Not at all. Nobody's surprised. These bitches are the fuck, they are disgusting. Listen, I'll tell you what, bitch, I won't judge you. If you got to go buy, if you need dick that bad, bitch, go buy you some. I promise you, I won't judge you. If you got that limited amount of fucking options, you pathetic, miserable ass goddamn bitch, won't you listen? If you don't go buy dick, bitch, go buy a goddamn go buy a boat, throw that in the water first, and then you jump in the water after it. Buy a boat, drill a hole in that motherfucker, and roll that motherfucker in the middle of the goddamn river sometime, and just put yourself out your misery. At least that way your kids will say, well, you know, my mom died from an accident. Put yourself out your misery. It don't make no goddamn sense. And this is the motherfucking reason why these raggedy bitches believe that every fucking body else is pressed like that. Bitch, you know the only thing I'm pressed like that about are the 7 children that came out of my vagina, the 7 grandchildren that I have as a result of those 7 children. In my bag, bitch. Y'all raggedy bitches these bitches are more pressed about a nigga on the fucking internet than I was about my fucking husband. You are fucking pathetic. What did Kendall say, Tap? No one loves a fucking wretched thing. No one loves a fucking wretched thing. And as long as you raggedy bitches beg, plead, protect me, provide for me, love me, want me, stop fucking Becky, bitch, you gonna be on your fucking knees. And you gonna be on your knees by yourself, bitch. Because black women with fucking sense ain't going for that fucking bullshit. We're going to leave y'all asses right here with these toxic, abusive motherfucking niggas that they got to share. Listen here, Tap. They going through the motions and they ain't even got the nigga to they self. They going through all of this extra shit and still got to share the nigga. Did y'all notice it was a rise in the motherfucking Hebrew Israelites? All of a sudden first, listen, the Aki shit done played out. The niggas tried that finesse here in Philly for a while. Now, bitches done caught up to the fact that you ain't gonna have no extra wife. Motherfucker, you can't even take care of the bitch you got. You owe her a dowry. Fuck out of here. How the fuck are you gonna have another bitch when you needed a bitch to buy you a fucking dashiki? If you don't go sit your dusty motherfucking ass down somewhere, you better do what the rest of the motherfucking Akis do. Take and water down that motherfucking oil, get a goddamn duffel bag and hop your motherfucking ass on the train and go make some money somewhere. That extra fugazi fucking shit. Fuck out of here. Nigga getting food stamps. Listen, he got more shit in the car. Come on now. Y'all see them niggas, they in the car. They got more food in the cart than the kids got. This nigga got more cereal than the kids got. In there drinking up all the kids' wick juices and shit. Fuck out of here. Send his ass back to his mother house. that nigga pull out that motherfucking air mattress. Let him go get some goddamn duct tape and patch the holes up. I wouldn't give a shit if his ass had to sleep in a tent in a park. Dumbass bitches. They not even with a motherfucker. Listen. And listen, they not even with a motherfucker they can build something with. You're not even dealing with that type of dude that's really going to invest in you like that. Just from the rip, he wanted to be divided by 50 plus bitches. What? Them bitches is wondering why they having the problems that they having with their vagina. You're not supposed to be sleeping with somebody that's sleeping with all of them people like that. But like, where do y'all think the HIV virus went at? Do y'all think that's some shit that just disappeared? Do y'all not know that these niggas, especially online, are meeting women and intentionally infecting them with fucking HIV? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all broads? Hey, Miss Indy. Hey, Jane, a friend. What these dudes have are goddamn narcissistic fucking harems. And trust it, all you got to do is wait it out, go on and do something else, and I promise you, any bitch that want to act like they don't know that nigga's abusive, I promise you, she gonna find out the hard way. You ain't got to explain nothing. You ain't got to explain nothing. You ain't got no obligation to help nobody. Guess what? Them bitches see it just like you do. They see it just like you do. I used to go through that shit with my husband. You try to tell them something, they don't want to listen. Okay, well, bitch, when he fuck you over, and all of a sudden you want to call my phone and tell me I was right, and I'm answering my phone, I'm like, huh? What happened? Bitch, if you don't get the fuck off my motherfucking line, your heart broke? Good, bitch, I'm glad. Don't ever call my number, not never again, bitch. I got my husband real good one night with this bitch. And then listen, she didn't want to call once my husband got to her and got in her ear. He didn't want to have a conversation with me no more like we talked initially, like women. But I got him good one night. When he came back home, to kiss the feet, you know how they come back home, want to come back home. Soon as they think you get a new nigga. Soon as I got other prospects lined up, then a nigga want to redeem his soul. I had a couple, as a matter of fact, I think I had anyway, it was a fireman. Dude, it was a fireman. I like to fuck men with benefits, but he had, was a fireman. I had me a date lined up. And here this nigga come crawling back. He almost didn't make it. He almost didn't make it. Anyway, you know how you be ready to put a little space holder, you ready to put a little placeholder there to hold you over till your little boo thing act right. So he called me, let me take you out to lunch. Let me take you out. Let's talk about it. Let's listen. And there was a porter, as we was living in Chester. And there was a fine ass poppy that loved black chicks working at the corner. He had been trying to get at me for the longest. Listen, I don't know what it is about the essays. Listen, when he found out I was talking to the essay, listen, he lost his mind. The poppies was ready to kill him out Chester. They like, listen, what's wrong with your husband? They was asking my daughter, what's wrong with your dad? Like he wilding out. He calling the store. Whoa, you messing around with my wife. Mind you, I just got off
the phone with a bitch that you done fucked that you lied about 6 months ago, bitch. And because you a lazy motherfucker rushing out for work one day, he left his fucking cell phone. And because he too lazy to type a 4-digit code in, he left that shit. I picked it right up, tapped right into his the motherfucker never changed it from the last fucking 4 digits. Check this voicemail. It's a bitch on your voice. Bitches on your voicemail. And they want to act like he hurt. Like somebody done stuck an ice pick in his heart. Because the poppy, me and the poppy exchanged phone number. God. Yeah. I was going to tear him up too. But listen, he was fine. Fine. He was a little on the pudgy side, but he was cute. So that kind of like, that substituted for it a little bit. Plus he had the bag. Plus he had a braid. I mean, he was the owner of the store. You know what I mean? Anyway, we get to the hotel. Like, we go out, we have lunch, and then we're like, okay, well, let's go to someplace nice and just sit back and just talk, just relax. We get to the hotel, and I text old girl, and she didn't respond. I said, listen. So she didn't respond to my text. I'm back, y'all. I'm so sorry about that. Listen, I think I may need a replacement for my battery because y'all remember when I first came downstairs. That was the first time I came down the steps. It was on the charger, so it's no way it should have died that fast. The only thing I can think of, yeah, I text her. Yes, because you know what? If I didn't text her while he was right there, he was gonna lie. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me shut that. Wait a minute. Let me shut that off. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Okay, y'all. Thanks. Thank y'all for waiting. Hey, Tisa. Hey, Teron. Hey, Kels. So yeah, you know what? My husband was that type of cheater that if you can threaten him life and limb and he's still gonna lie about it. He was the type of cheater that, first of all, it was always more than one person, right? And I had to have the answer. Otherwise, he wouldn't admit it. So I had to have all of the details. But even though I joke about fighting other women, that's actually something I did when I was in my 20s, right? And probably my late teens. At some point, you realize that it's not the woman's fault because it requires some complicity on his part. I think a lot of women start off believing that, or a lot of women can be manipulated into believing, because sometimes men play a game where they say, well, I wouldn't have did it if she threw herself. No, she ain't throw her vagina on your penis and you pumped until you friggin' ejaculated. Okay. That's how you get smacked in the head with a cast iron frying pan. Stop playing around. Okay. But I think that there's a time when women believe that. But as you mature, you realize that, listen, it required some complicity on his part. Nobody forced him to do anything. And at the end of the day, there's nothing that another woman owes you. Yes, if we lived in a perfect world, you could expect for women to take a man's girlfriend, fiance, his wife into consideration, but that's not the type of world that we live in. It's never been that way since the beginning of time, after Adam and Eve, after Cain and Abel. I don't know. I don't know if it's been that way prior to the flood, and it certainly hasn't been that way after it, the Great Deluge. So it would be a little unrealistic to expect that affairs don't happen. I think that people have affairs for different reasons. I think narcissists cheat for different reasons. They cheat. Their reasons for cheating and their reasons for cheating and their methods of cheating and their ability to stop cheating is different than a regular person. A person that's not, and that's a part of the problem with assuming that everybody that does, like when you use that term too loosely, it loses its significance. Those type of individuals have a specific modus operandi. And it doesn't matter if you talk to a person, you could talk to a person that is in the UK.
that was in a relationship with a narcissist, and you're going to think that they're telling you about your spouse. And keep in mind, my first channel, I didn't have just women filed. There were men too. The women operate somewhat differently, but not really. And it's not something to be played around with. It's not some game you can play with them. There are people that have to leave jobs. In some instances, these individuals will clean people out of their life savings. Some people are even driven to suicide, literally, because of the fucking damage that these type of relationships do to people. So you're not talking about a normal breakup. You're not talking about a normal disagreement with the person. A person can be toxic and still not be narcissistic. Those type of people have they have a specific modus operandi in the way that they operate. Hey, blind spot. So the type of and I didn't understand. You remember I told you the book, the latest book I ordered from Amazon. I actually ordered, I think yesterday. It's called Energy Vampires. And I'm going to be, that's going to be the problem with narcissism. Awareness is a good thing, but there's a catch-22 to that, because you're not the only person that's getting the awareness. Now, true, you're giving your perspective you're giving your opinion about that from the perspective of a lay person, of a person that's not a professional. You don't have to be a professional to recognize that this is a pattern of behavior that's problematic, that's detrimental to you. You don't have to be a professional to make that determination. You don't have to be a professional to go to the domestic violence website and find out what red flags of an abuser are. You don't have to be an expert to do a Google search. You don't have to be an expert to Google, to type narcissistic abuse, which is basically nothing. It's emotional abuse. It can be physical abuse, but emotional abuse covers a wide. I think Shannon Thomas, probably the psychologist Shannon Thomas, probably has the most extensive. She wrote a book too. She wrote a book as well. It covers it includes emotional abuse. Actually, if you're cheating in a relationship and you're not open about the fact that you're doing that, if you're concealing that, I'm not talking about open relationships. I'm not talking about where there is some agreement with the person, that where there's some agreement that or you two agree to see other people. If you're unfaithful and you're going around sleeping around with other people, putting another person at risk for STDs. If it's a man, he's running the risk of getting somebody pregnant. If it's a woman, she's running the risk of getting pregnant by somebody else, and it's not her partner or her significant other's child. They consider that a form of abuse, especially if they've agreed to a monogamous relationship. Now, do some people cheat and then stop cheating? Yes, if they want to. There's nothing that you can do to stop a person from cheating. If they want to cheat, they're going to cheat. A lot of times when it goes back to what I was talking about with my husband, if I did not do that in that moment, he would have certainly weaseled his way out of it. So he couldn't be given any leeway at all. And when I messaged her, I said, hey, this is Cookie Wayne's wife. I said, could you give me a call? And she didn't answer the phone, right? So I just left it like that. And I texted her back. And I said, I actually called first. And then I sent a text. And she didn't respond. I said, I just have, there was a chick named Denise. I said, I have Wayne here with me. I just have a few questions to ask. Call back just like that. Call back just like that. And she told, then she's angry. Because now she's telling me things that he had asked her to lease him a car, all types of stuff. Had invited her to lunch. I said, is that right? He's going to invite you to lunch at a job that I helped him get? That's interesting. Okay. So again, but if you didn't talk to the other woman, you wouldn't know those things. It doesn't mean that you have to be besties. Because keep in mind, sometimes the feelings that a woman has for a man can take over. And she may not deceive you or hurt you intentionally, but her goal is, if she wants them, she's going to do what she has to do to get them. And your feelings and your children just aren't going to be considered. And that's just the nature of it. I wish it could be different, but it's not. And it's not, I would be being disingenuous or unrealistic to tell you otherwise. Her goal is to get him. Even though she ain't getting shit. She thinks that she is. She believes that she is. Even though she isn't. So that's just something I don't tolerate that. I'm not looking to share any dude. You know, I've been married twice. I'm not settling for anything. I'm not settling for that. Okay. If a guy can't if he doesn't have if he wants to play the field and do all this running around and shit, he can do all of that. He just won't have me to play those games with. I'm just not going to do it. I refuse to do it. So keep in mind, a lot of times, one of the things that I found most disturbing about these chicks is that they don't recognize that that's a game that ZX plays. Not only does he's narcissistic, so he believes that everybody wants him. In his mind, he is a prize. In his mind, he's the catch. I heard him on Brianna over at Pettyville. And I heard him on Brianna over there in the Beef Sectors channel. I was listening to her. I didn't listen to the entire stream, but I was listening to her and Pizarro. And I think Mona Simone was on the panel, and they were talking about Jay Dunn, and it was just some creepy stuff that they was saying, and I'm like, is that really true? Did she really say that? Did she really do that? But anyway, so I was kind of grossed out by the topic, but I did hear. So I think I was in and out of the room, and I heard him get on Brianna's panel, and he was telling Brianna that, I like Brianna. No, you're a manipulative cobra. But you weren't in cobra mode. You were in anaconda, python, boa constrictor mode, where you want to slowly but surely wrap your snaky ass around somebody and suffocate the life out of them. And although I want to say this to the ladies in the beef sector, that's your platform. You do what you want to do on your platform. I will tell you, be very careful, because make no mistake about it. He turned on Tracy, and even in the moment where we're angry at a person and we think that, okay, we don't like this female, so this is happening to her, so yeah, rah, 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 is good. Trust and believe me. Everything he's doing and saying to Tracy, he will say to you. Everything that the women in this sector have had to deal with, keep in mind. And I'm going to finish playing the rest of that video because I want you guys to get the gist of it. Remember, I was recording. What do y'all think was the first thing that came out of his mouth? Now, I want to make sure y'all can hear it from the video. If you can't hear it from the video, I will play my video so that you can hear it. I'm not going to play it in its entirety because what I want y'all to understand is there are things that my video picked up that not even his home security system picked up. That part where it's not audible, that you can't hear, I have crystal clear. That's why the police wrote the report up as communication of threats. And you remember when he came down the steps, I had the phone in my hand, but the phone was pointed towards the ground, not towards him. I didn't have it in his face. I didn't have the phone pointed in his direction. I had the phone in my hand. Actually, I had two devices. I was recording from two devices, but the recording started before he even came outside. There's a reason why I haven't shown it. So again, I guess the question would be is how long are they going to milk that story in order for him to what seem like he's a gangster and he's tough, and that this is what's so preposterous about it. You have a 55-year-old man thinking that he's going to get some type of street credibility for that incident, because that's what he's trying to use it for. But at the end of the day, he's very narcissistic. The thought never enters his mind. Here's the thing. Have you ever asked yourself why, if I was cupcaking with him, why you haven't heard any audio like that? Because it doesn't exist. You know why he wouldn't release recordings in their entirety? Because he knows it would prove that he was the one that was the sexual aggressor and his advances were being rebuffed. That's why he doesn't do it. This whole narrative he ran with China White, you know why he doesn't release that recording? Because he knows that it will rebuff anything remotely close to me having a problem with China being over there or the nature of him and China's relationship. I don't give a fuck. I haven't gave a fuck about what China did in the year prior to. What would make him think that all of a sudden it would be China White has been over there in his chat room since last year. Why would I all of a sudden have a problem because they're on a fucking panel? That makes no fucking sense. Nobody has heard me mentioning China White or anything else. I told China in the beginning when he started that bullshit to nip it in the bud because she knew what he was saying was a lie and to knock it off before I had to pull out receipts and prove what the situation was. because I'm not going to allow you to attack my character and my credibility like that. If I've done something, I'll say I did it. And that people know that about me. But you're not going to blame me for something I didn't do, or accuse me of doing something I didn't do, and I have the proof in my hands that I didn't do it, and that the way that the narrative you're painting is not truthful, and I'm not going to release it. When you do things like that, you force the person, pretty much, in my opinion, you force the other person's hand to prove that you're lying, when you could just knock it off. So yeah, I had to call. I called the old girl, and she didn't answer. But when she realized that my husband was there, and why do you think she was so quick to jump to call? Because my husband had been lying to her, telling her that basically, he was going to leave his wife. We had a fight, I want to say maybe about 3 weeks prior to that, and he was staying with my my father-in-law has, all of a sudden, he has amnesia. I said, Big Wayne, every fucking time I call you and ask you something about your fucking son, you got fucking amnesia, and then I find out that you knew about some shit. Okay? Just like father, like father, like son. Because his mother, he did the same shit. That's why he got a sister. My husband has a sister that's not his mother's, that's right about the same age as my husband. But yeah, I remember one time my father-in-law, I asked him, him and his wife Judy, I said, at that time they wasn't married. They actually got married after me and my husband got married. I said, Wayne, I said, Big Wayne, I said, did Wayne have some girl over there that took, because this one time this chick had sent me a picture of them together. And I'm saying, where did you take this picture? I said, God damn, that refrigerator look. It was a double door refrigerator. I said, I called my father-in-law. I said, Big Wayne. I said, you let Wayne bring somebody over there up in the house, and he and his wife gonna lie about it. I said, okay. I sat over there. I was sitting there. We was sitting there. Oh, we was sitting there. We was drinking. We was playing cards. I guess a couple of months down the line. And I was sitting at the dining room table, and I happened to take a glance, and it was the same fucking angle. I said, that is the motherfucking refrigerator that was in the motherfucking picture. It's the same. It was. So listen, families will lie for these. They'll lie for them. They'll lie for them. They will lie for them. They'll lie for them. They'll spy for them. They can recruit their family as flying monkeys to keep tabs on you, to try to cajole you into going back when you make up your mind to leave the motherfucker. He used to do crazy shit. Like have his little cousins call me and tell me he got shot. And I said, okay, what hospital? Motherfucker, if you can, you can hear. Your cousin got shot and you don't know what hospital he at? And you can hear him trying to tell him some shit. And like, you a grown-ass man. And you think that that's something to be putting your little cousins up to? To be calling me, telling me something happened to you, so I can let you come back home? Tracy, yes, that's the kind of stuff he would do. But a lot of times, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. I did a lot of work to break that cycle. And the reason why I tell I didn't listen, just like other women that have gone through that experience, leaving an abusive relationship, where you don't listen and you get right into another relationship. I've done that. I did that to I want to say the first time, I want to say I had been separated for about 4 times. I mean, about 4 times, about 4 months. And that went from sugar to that what tends to happen is that you attract another abuser, because you're getting into the new relationship for the wrong damn reasons. You're trying to basically stop the hurt. You want something to pacify you. You can't pacify yourself with another damn human being. You have to take the time to heal. You should be trying to understand why you ended up in a relationship with an abuser in the first place. It usually lies somewhere in our pattern, our selection. So a lot of times people think, oh, what do you mean I attracted this person? No, if you're unhealed, you're going to attract the unhealed person to you. It doesn't have anything to do with you being toxic. You're toxic to yourself if you haven't healed. That's first and foremost. You should be taking time in between relationships. I was in that relationship for 12 years. So by the time we were together for 8 years before we even got married. So I needed to have time after that. But because of the fact that he got into another relationship, I felt that I had to get into another relationship to prove to him that I didn't, we all had options. And what did I do? Attract another abuser. The person wasn't physically abusive because I didn't stick around long enough for that. But it's like a damn light bulb went off in my head. That is the reason why they tell you not to date. Because you're not ready. I thought that time, okay, give it time. I'll do some work on myself. I'll do some shadow work. I'll get some counseling. That wasn't the work that needed to be done was deeper than that. And it wasn't something I could accomplish in 6 months. And a lot of times we can date sometimes out of convenience. And if we don't have any expectations, it's very easy to settle in a relationship with a person that doesn't have any expectations of you, in that they will tolerate anything. And if you'll tolerate anything, if you're willing to tolerate anything, it's not complicated to have a revolving door of men in and out of your life. Hey, the bag lady. Hey, Callie Jane, if I didn't see you earlier. You have to take the time to heal, because you want the relationship that you actually get in to be a healthy relationship. One huge way to tell that you're healing, you don't find abusive men attractive anymore. That's how you know that you've at least you're on the right path, because you don't, thank you, Tisha Lee, you don't find those type of dudes attractive. Yes, I did have that phase where I went through my bad boy phase. That's why I was bored with the father of my children, because he wasn't a bad boy. He was a working man. He earned an honest living. He wasn't a street dude. He wasn't a thug. Even though he was raised in North Philly, he just wasn't, that wasn't his stilo. And I got bored with that because that wasn't the lifestyle that I was accustomed to.
just sitting at home. I was used to, me and my girlfriends. And so by the time I had my children, my mom basically became like a living babysitter. And it wasn't a bar in North Philly that me and my girlfriends didn't go to. I think every night of the week. I think the only reason why we really didn't go out on Sunday, and sometimes we went out on Sunday. The only reason why we didn't go out on Sunday sometimes is because the bar was closed. And their dad lived in close proximity to me. So when they wasn't at their dad's, they was my mom. I had my mom my mom came to my house. And as long as she had cigarettes, you could buy her some cigarettes. And back then she used to smoke weed, buy cigarettes, weed, a little pack of Old English, and she be good. She'll stay there and watch them. Or either I'll send them to their dad. I was in the streets a lot. So, it was times when me and him would break up and then get back together, break up and get back. We would break up, get back together. Every time, and this is kind of like the way it would work. I would leave, or either I would kick him out. Once I had put him out, or once we had parted ways, whatever, I would get in another relationship. And when that relationship would fail, I would just run back to him, because that was like a security blanket. That was my Linus. You know how Linus carried that little blue blanket around everywhere he went? That was my security blanket. And then I would either end up getting pregnant, or we was, by the time that relationship would start, it would start to be problems in that relationship. I would be sneaking around with him and end up getting pregnant. And then we would get back together. And then by the time before the baby was a year old, I would be ready to dip out again. That wasn't what he wanted. He wanted to be in the house with his children. And with me, he was a homebody. He had gotten out of that. I think when I first met him, I think he used to run the streets a lot. Because he had one of his best friends was a pimp. He had two, they was twins, Terry and Kat, from 35th and Fairmont Projects. Mm-hmm. Their sister was my best friend, Janine. And their mother was a nurse. And she at one time she lived in the projects. When she finished school and got a job, she left out of the projects. I think she had for a minute. She lived around the corner from the projects for a minute. But then she just got out of there. Hey, mean girl. But yeah, I think he ran the streets a lot when I first met him. But by the time I had started by the time I had our first child, no, he was a homebody. He worked and came home, But that was too much. I think that was probably back then, that was too much like normalcy for me, because I wasn't used to that. I was used to the streets. So in between relationships, you have to take a break. Especially if it's a relationship where you were not treated well. Because the misconception is that these men choose women that are
they have low self-esteem. Not always. It depends on how confident that NSP is. And I use the acronym NSP for narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath. It depends on how adept they are. Some of them are very skilled, and they innately have the ability to be able to select their targets. You know, I've seen people or have talked to people who have had their entire life savings, their home, their house. They've been gypped out of stuff. They've been criminally. One of the ways that they almost have a course that the experts give you when it comes to dealing with these people in court, because they know that they abuse the court systems as a way to continue to abuse you even when you're no longer there. They use custody. Some of these guys ask for custody of their children, and they're not even involved with the children when they're in the home with the children. They're just doing that as a way to be able to keep control over the mother, or to be able to have access to the mother when the mother cuts them off and denies them access. So they have Sandra L. Brown has always counseled women, at least as long as I can remember. When the topic of narcissism first came out, the only people that were talking about narcissism, the first person I recall was Sam Vaknin. The second person was Kalia LaRoche. She had a blog talk radio show called Pandora's Box that's still there. Deborah Cooper was also on Blog Talk Radio, and Melanie Tonya Evans. And I'm trying to think who else. I think the next person was, I think, Kim Saeed. Meredith Miller over at Inner Integrations. And then other people just started to pop up. There were some people that were more like survivors, but a lot of them were probably, they probably had not done enough. A lot of people come out of those relationships. You can suffer from PTSD without a person even physically abusing you. A lot of these women come out of those, and the men too, come out of those relationships with NSPs with trauma. They're traumatized psychologically. They literally, in those relationships, the abuse literally rewires the way you function. It rewires the way your brain operates, because you're accustomed to operating a certain way or walking on eggshells around an abuser. So I don't find those type of dudes appealing or attractive. And when they do or say certain things, it triggers me very badly. And I think it's also a trigger for me to know that they're being manipulative. When I was talking about him being on Brianna's panel the other night, last night, what he was saying, what he was telling, he was just before he was dipping off the panel, he was basically telling Brianna, they were talking about some kind of way a jokey came up. And he was talking about a jokey used to be his, basically describing a jokey as the prodigal child. And, that she comes back home whenever she gets into it with her YouTube boyfriend or whatever. And he was pretty much telling Brianna that you can be the baby of the family. And I'm just thinking to myself, it just made me want to throw up in my mouth, because I know that that's just pure manipulation. And what he does is nothing, what he has over there is nothing short of a narcissistic harem. Hey, Macmillan. That's exactly what it is. And there's a hierarchy in every harem. The thing that the mistake to make is to believe that you're supposed to call these type of people out when you're not. That's actually the last thing that you're supposed to do. So I didn't take what was the prescribed route when I came on this platform and started dealing with these people. I just didn't handle them with kid gloves. But he definitely was, that to me is basically when they're love bombing. But if you remember, he did the same thing to Tracy. He did the same thing to Tracy. He did the same thing to Phi Babe. And then the first time that they're not doing, remember, just out of the clear blue sky, he was calling Phi everything but a child of God. And she had done nothing to him. She had not disrespected him or anything else. But he just felt that was, because she wasn't doing what he wanted her to do, or because she wasn't acting in the way that he wanted her to act, then he thought that his actions were just justified. And they weren't. Why the fuck would he care about, but he used the situation with Timothy Blaine as a ruse. Why the fuck would he care about what happened to Timothy Blaine when all he does is dox people? Why would he care? That wasn't his fucking business, first of all. And considering the fact that he still keeps up all of the videos of the people that he doxed, he's a hypocrite. That was just what he used to be able to attack her. And when it comes to the beef sector, the nature of the sector is that's what, their sector operates a little bit. Hey, Brandy. Their sector operates a little bit different than our sector operates. But he wants to come in and kind of like, just tell these women who they can be cool with, when at the end of the day, the same way he attacked Miss Olivia. So make no friggin' mistake about it. He will do the same thing to Brianna and anybody else over there. So I'm not telling her what to do with her platform. I'm telling you to be careful. Because he is nobody to trust. Okay, this dude has taken, hey Joe, kumbaya, oh Joe, kumbaya. Brandy, I told Joe be like, nigga, I'll take your arm bite your meat off your arm and stab you with it. Someone's coming, my lord. Kumbaya. Nigga, I'll take your eyeball, I'll rip your eyeballs out and shove them up your ass and have you seeing shit clearly. Someone's coming, my lord. Kumbaya. Oh, Joe. Kumbaya. Ain't that how they beat them African watch? I love watching documentaries. I'm just messing with Joe. Joe, I got PTSD too. I'm just messing with him. Because Joe will be cool and then Joe get the blanket out. Joe be cool 1 minute and Joe get the snapping. Joe be like, we should just have peace. Don't just kill them all. We should just have peace. No, we should just kill them all. Joe, you ain't no damn help. You listen, my brain work like that any damn way. You already know I'm bipolar. I don't need no help with that, Joe. Shit. I'll be seeing Joe in the chat. He be like, oh, I'm glad that we all talking and we all got peace and we all got harmony. And then I'm watching Joe from the panel. I get on the panel. He be like, oh, shit. Cluster's on the panel. We got a goddamn show now. I'm like, Joe ain't shit. I'm just messing around, Joe. I love Joe.
You and me, Joe. Go a long way back. Mm, mm, Oh, hold on. Let me stop. Motherfucker be like, yeah, she done got so desperate. She trying to fuck her and Brandy, trying to get together with Joe. You know, listen, you got to be careful. These motherfuckers are weird as fuck. You got to be careful everything you do. Everything you do upon this motherfucker. They will take some shit and try to sensationalize it and fucking run with it. You be like, where the fuck do these motherfuckers come from? These have got to be some of the weirdest motherfuckers I have ever met in all my life. Yeah, she played that OJ song because she want Brandy. Brandy about to leave her husband. That's really the reason why Cluster husband left her for that white woman, because her and Brandy was in a love affair. You be like, what? Some you be listening to some of this shit like, wait a minute, but somebody said what? What the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers? Like, these fucking people is crazy. They is fucking crazy, yo. For real. Yeah. She was you ain't here singing that OJ song? Listen to the third note. When she hit that note, she was looking Brandy avatar. Her avatar was looking Brandy avatar right in the eyes. I seen her salivating. She was salivating and perspirating. What the? You be like, what in the fuck? Y'all motherfuckers going, I'm gonna put y'all motherfuckers to work. Y'all gonna have the YouTube version of the Star and the goddamn Enquirer. I'm gonna need y'all to find something to do with y'all spare time. Y'all motherfuckers gonna have some hobbies around this bitch. You gonna do some arts and some crafts. You gonna learn how to garden. You gonna do something. Get your fucking mind right, because something's wrong with y'all motherfuckers. I already know I'm crazy. Shit. God damn. Listen, I'm gonna have y'all listen, Joe. I'm gonna have these motherfuckers building birdhouses with goddamn popsicle sticks. Y'all gonna do something with your crazy asses. Shit. No, but it was like, y'all, I had wanted to, put, basically, I was just pretty much in the video, just pretty much just saying like this, listen, like, as far as that, that whole situation is concerned. I had wanted y'all to hear that part of the video, because I'm like, listen, I'm not going to keep. Hey, Chloe. Hey, Silver and Black 21. I'm not going to keep rehashing that over and over again. Okay, I'm just not going to do that. Whenever I get around to doing the premiere, my people have already been here. They've already seen the receipts. That was more so for the people that haven't. So that will be those. I'll put receipts like that on another channel. I won't use my main channel for things like that, because there are actually people that are waiting for me to get cracking with the true crime, or I don't even not to get cracking. So when I start, once I get started, I don't want to stop. Now I don't mind stopping and dragging if I have to, but there's a difference to me in between dragging and then basically dragging and drowning. You don't want dragging to turn into you getting drowned. My skin is thick. I can take a dragging. Okay. Somebody came right under my video today. Oh, that's a bad wig you got. That wig sure look a mess. Nigga, you a whole nigga. Why are you over here critiquing my motherfucking wig? I started to make the comment public and then post my Cash App. Because if you would like to donate to buy me a better wig, as a matter of fact, what did you have in mind? Since you seem to be the expert, you who left that comment with your weird ass that left that comment, what would you like to contribute to purchasing me the type of wig you would like to see on my head? If you would buy me one, I would gladly wear it. I sure would. But you save her a couple of coins. You know what I bought today, ladies?
And one of the other reasons why I say I want to, there's certain things that I like to do, certain things that I had planned that I would like to do, that it's just not conducive to me doing if I'm going to be considering, if I'm thinking like a businesswoman. Okay, I bought me a home waxing kit where you melt the beads and everything with the wax warmer, because I like to wax my eyebrows. I like go, but taking trips to the salon, that can be expensive. So it's a really nice kit. It actually comes, hold on, let me tell you. Now, if you have like a giveaway, and y'all remember I told y'all not remodeling, I'm making over. Sunshine, what are you doing? I'm making over. I'm doing my bedroom over in a Paris theme. So this wax kit here, and I want to say, when you listen, it'll pay for itself with one trip to the salon. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what's in the box. So it comes with a little, comes with a little gift card, a lucky customer gift. Okay, so it comes with the epilator sticks, the big ones and the small ones. More so the larger ones would be for like your underarms and your privates and possibly your legs, and the smaller ones would be for your eyebrows or for your lips. And it comes with the hard wax beans. So but you know what's neat about this one, Chloe? You don't need the strips. The wax, it's the hard wax beans, and they come in different scents. I think one is a rose scent, one is an aloe scent. It has the wax melter, and then it has, I think it's this tea tree and lavender oil in the spray. What in the heck? It's like a before and after spray. I don't have my reading glasses on, and that writing is too small. But it comes with the wax beans, and it's different. It's different textures of wax depending on the hair that you're pulling off. Okay, here go the paperwork. Okay, so it says, it's basically like a little waxing kit. They got 3 hard wax beads. What they're saying that they're suitable. One is a lavender rose, one is an aloe, and one is a chamomile. Okay, and the chamomile one, they formulated those beads for coarse hair. Now there's a pre-wax treatment spray with tea tree oil designed to clean deodorant, makeup, and body oils from the skin prior to waxing. This light antiseptic cleansing. And then it has the after wax treatment that's colorless, and that's a superior blend of oils and moisturizing agents, provide the perfect conclusion to a professional waxing treatment formulated to cool and moisturize the skin. So you can save money in those ways. And then you remember, basically with this, you don't need the waxing strips. You just basically melt it, spread it on, and just rip it on off. If you can't afford to, if you can't rip it off, if you're afraid to rip it off, then you probably don't want to put it on unless you can have somebody help you. But things like that. The other thing I'm going to get is a foot sauna. I already have 2 foot baths. One I gave to my daughter. I told y'all my daughter is expecting. So one I gave to my daughter. But I want this one. Oh, this one is just, I know I'm going to get my whole life from it. It's like a steam foot bath. So I said, I would just love to put my feet in that while I'm doing something else. I can do that while I'm doing my arts and crafts. Well, not arts and crafts, but I like the decoupage. I'm like a Podge Modge queen. So I'll Podge Modge everything. Podge Modge, you can pretty much redo, you can make over a whole bedroom with Podge Modge. They have different types of Podge Modge. And I'm into upholstering and like revamping stuff. Because a lot of the thing, with a lot of furniture and stuff you buy now, that stuff is so flimsy. I get really, really frustrated. You almost have to spend money on antique furniture to be able to get something solid and sturdy that's not going to crack or bend, or, you know, it's just not sturdy. It's just so cheaply made. So I'm into refurbishing stuff. You know, those coins that you want to spend on decking out that apartment, save those coins up. And I don't care if you buy a starter house, save your coins for that. Don't worry about driving in the latest, fanciest, you know, if you can afford it, that's great. The problem is a lot of times people can't afford it, but they still do it to keep up with the Joneses. And with everything being the way that it is, we don't know what's going to happen with this. We don't know. Everybody's saying, every time we think that everything is going back to the way that it was, they come up, there's a whole new damn variant of COVID. I'm still not fucking around like that. I don't like to be in big, like in markets and stuff. I still don't trust that. I just don't. Yup, fashionista, the hard wax is for the thicker hair. And that would be the one that they formulated like that. That would be the chamomile one. So, yes. And I think that the waxing is the best way to get the smoothest shade. And then, you know, I think it hurts probably like if it's your first time doing it, you might want to go to the salon and get it done. And just let them professionally do it. So at least that way you won't be in for a surprise. Now, I can't tell you it's going to be painless because it won't be, but it'll be worth it. The results will be worth it. And then you could just, you know, upkeep it at home. You know, because every woman doesn't like to be completely bald, or, you know, every woman doesn't like to be completely bald. You know, you have all different types of styles and all of that kind of stuff, landing strips and this, that, and all the other, you know, depending on whatever it is, you know. So I like the smooth effect of the waxing, and the waxing to me lasts longer. You know, I don't want to have to shave every couple of days. Sunshine, what are you doing? This is the cleanest cat I've ever seen in my life. He's over there fighting with his own tail to lick his own tail. I'm not his butt, but his tail. So he must have got something on his tail. That's all he does all day. Yeah, but yes. And you know what? When you it makes your eyebrows. Did y'all see that? Did y'all like the way my makeup was on that? I told you I was going to do a makeup. I was going to start do a makeup memoirs. As soon as I get this other stuff together, I'm gonna start doing some tutorials on how to do certain makeup looks, and to show you where to get quality makeup at a discount, so you can look like a dime on a dime, honey. Get into it, okay? So. Yeah, I showed y'all that video. Oh my God, y'all. My eyeballs was going everywhere at a certain point in that time. I got astigmatism. Hold on. Astigmatism anyway. But did y'all see the way it's actually, I actually have a green eye and a nude. It's a green, it's like variations of green and a nude lip. So yes, I'm going to do a makeup memoirs. I think that, hey, Eunice, you know, and sometimes, you know what I found that when they first came up, when YouTube first started with the makeup gurus, like with Muffins Is My Lover and all of them stuff like that used to do, and was the Muffins Is My Lover, Sexy Tina 1, and the one that they call Big Cuz she passed away, but when they first started doing reviews and stuff like that on stuff, everybody ran out and bought stuff, and I found that when it comes to makeup, there's only certain I'm really pretty simple when it comes to the makeup. I'm not, for people that don't wear makeup, it seems like it's a lot, but I really like simple looks. I only wear a couple of colors, and I can't do all the pinks and the yellows, and that's just too much. Now I like it on other people, but I just can't. I don't want to wear red eyeshadow and all of this here shit, and then sit there with a yellow and trying to blend. No, that's doing too much. I love a smoky eye. I like a smoky blue eye, a smoky silver eye, a smoky black eye. I love greens. I love golds. I love all the earth tones. I like the neutral look. I like, and that's like one of my favorites. One of the ones where it looks like you're not wearing anything. Between that and the smoky eye, my favorites. And I always wear a nude lip. I don't like, now if you do something dramatic on your eyes, you're actually supposed to have a nude lip. But if you dramatic with about the lip part, it's supposed to be, kind of toned down in the eye area, because that's the focal point. Whatever you want the focal point to be. I don't have big lips, and I'm not getting all of that lip injections and all. I'm not doing all that. So I don't have big lips. So I usually play up the eyes. Now, one thing I'm not going to do is the lashes that I have now. They're just too, I don't like them. They're too thick, but I buy them in bulk. So I suppose I got to go through them before I can get some new ones, but they're just too thick. I don't like this. Like for them to look kind of natural. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Like with muffins is my love. Oh, hold on for a second. All of them stuff like that used to give me 1 second, y'all. Hold up. Let me mute this mic for a second. I'm gonna get this. Oh, I see some of y'all are over here in this. I'm gonna pull up this. I want to show y'all this. Before I close out, I'm gonna go through the rest of the video, because on Monday, y'all, is a new day. It's a new week. I got some business to take care of tomorrow, and after I take care of that business, whenever I have to go in town, I really just, I want to move forward, and just not, if I do any, like if I do address anything, I want to address that in video and then move on. A lot of the stuff that these people are doing and saying, I haven't even seen it. I haven't seen it, and I haven't heard it. Don't care to. Because you know what? I had to ask myself, I said, why was I able to, in the past, like just move on? Or somebody will come tell me, oh, well, this person did a video about you. That person did a live stream about you. Why was I able to move on? Oh, because I didn't watch the shit. If I've watched something, hey, the Unfiltered Muffy, if hey, BW, the Joy Queen, if I watch something, I'll say I watched it. Sometimes you don't have time to watch it, to watch, like, especially if it's a long stream. If it's a long stream, no, I don't have the, it would have to be a really, really good stream for me to sit there for the entirety of the stream. Because me, myself, I like, right, Kels, exactly. They like instigating, carrying bones, that kind of stuff, Like I said, some things warrant you responding. And if it's something that warrants, if I haven't responded, it's not something that warrants me responding. If it warrants me responding to it, I'll respond to it. If it doesn't, I'm not. I'm not wasting my time with it, or with individuals that have to keep you entangled in some bullshit. Because keep in mind, the things that you do in these little sectors, in these little pockets of YouTube, should you ever, you don't know what opportunities are going to present to you. You don't know what you're going to be inspired to create. That may be something that you and you can leave to your family. You don't know what you're going to be inspired to create. You don't know what segment, show, live stream, poem, book. You don't know what blog posts you write is going to open up a door for you. All of this stuff. Have you ever seen how a person years and years and years, motherfuckers go back? Hey, Jim Marie. They go back and find a motherfucking Twitter post from 20 years before on some account that you didn't even fucking remember that you had. And people will go back and pull up the same way how when they doxing you, they go back and pull up them old photos from them old accounts that you had that you may not even no longer have access to, and weaponize that stuff against you. There was a time when I thought about, when I first was doing the rebranding, I thought about that. And I said, you know what? Even if you change your name, right? These people will make it a point. That would be like almost giving your enemies giving your enemies leverage, because they would surely make it a point to, should you one day have a business opportunity or something like that, they would almost surely try to ruin it for you. So that's why it's best that if you do something, to own it, right? And to stand in your truth. And to not be up on this joint trying to be something that you're not. Or acting, you know what I mean? Like, listen, I was like, listen, ain't no way. I've done what I've done. I've admitted what I've done. What I take issue with is don't put some shit on me that I haven't done, because that makes me very angry. But no, there's things we could do. There's other forms of entertainment. A lot of what goes on in this fucking sector and what goes on, that's not entertainment. It's really not. And you almost cut off your nose to spite your face, because if you don't break away from that, when you get ready to take that's why well, I'll just leave it there. But I'm just not going to keep addressing, because motherfuckers can't, if they can't move on, that's on them. They gonna feel how they gonna feel regardless. That's why I said at the end of the day, you can't, don't be afraid to show up in the world with your flaws. Don't be afraid to show up in the world, flaws and all. Just because you have flaws, what does that mean? You're not supposed to show up in the world because you got flaws? Show up in the world, flaws and all. And what? That means what? What, that you're human? You keep going. That's why I said there's nothing that you can do. Is if somebody does, the way I look at it is, motherfuckers going dox, they going to threaten to do. Okay, we'll do all. We'll go ahead and do it. And that's still not going to stop me from doing what I got. That's still not going to stop me from doing what I have the capability to do. So just get right on ahead. Period. But don't ever feel like you got to dull down your shine to make somebody else comfortable. You know? Ha ha ha. Listen, Jim Marie. I was like, listen, they would get you caught up with them old goddamn old ass tweets. Tweets back before when Cain was fighting with his brother Abel. Tweets that old, and they bringing that shit up to try to get you to try to listen. They will bring that shit up. So nah, I'm good on that. Hold on. But a lot of this stuff, a lot of my videos is going to be for a lot of this. Keep him. Hold on, ladies. Did y'all get the link? The links to. Hold on, y'all. The links to my blog are in. If you go to the Nubian Narcissist Nemesis channel, hold up. I'm going to play this, and while I'm playing this video for y'all, I will get the links to make sure that you all are subbed to the podcast. It's on. I think the last one I did was on Side Chicks, if I'm not mistaken. But make sure you subscribe to the blog and to the podcast. I have not started compiling the stuff for Patreon yet, but I do need to have a way to do things in private. And it's going to be several different tiers, and they're going to be from affordable to if you got a little bit of coinage, you know. But it's I'm gonna make sure that I make it something that can work with every budget. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. So yes, I actually recorded. I recorded with my cell phone, y'all, before I went there. I was at home listening to what he was saying on the live stream. And once this finishes, I'm gonna go ahead on and close out. Oh Lord, what's going on over there in the beef sector? I see Deanna is live with 300 and something people in the room. Lord have mercy, what they got going on over there? Pastor Wilson live too. Oh Lord, the beef sector is so messy, y'all. And y'all gonna have me hurry up and close my own. They gonna hurry up. The beef sector. Y'all gonna have me hurry up and close up my own stream so I can go over there and be newsy. Yes, Jen Marie. Listen, sis, let them tell it they ain't never seen me on They ain't never seen me on camera. But that's okay. I'm gonna start going on camera all the time.
He continues to live stream. He still continues to make death threats. And while he's making death threats, simultaneously going to the police department, filing police reports. Police were called today. I have the live stream downloaded on my laptop. He brandished a handgun. Not only did he brandish a handgun, but he showed the clip. He said that he would put a gun in my mouth, basically reenacted some sort of scenario where he would be putting a gun in my mouth, and
you can see I have the same clothing on. Okay, hold on. You can see I have the same outfit on. Okay, it's the same day, and moreover, it can be proven which date the video was taken and what time it was taken. A lot of times people think because they delete something from their Google browser or whatever browser you're using that
or you delete a file from off of your computer, that
Hey,
means that
Rita.
file is gone forever.
Hey,
Actually, it
boo.
does not. They have forensic, just like they have forensic science, they have forensic experts that are able to obtain that information. Okay, so in the event that they need to get access to that information, they can subpoena those companies and get relevant information even after it's been deleted. If that were the case, deleted text messages would not be retrievable. The fact of the matter is they are. Deleted videos. The police are able to get a search warrant and get and retrieve those records. Now, they usually only do that in high profile cases, but certainly had a homicide or something like that happen or took place, that's something that they would obtain those type of records.
Fashionista, can you drop the
Okay,
link to
or
because you
in the
Fashionista,
instance
you on the
of
main channel,
a
right?
shooting in Philadelphia right now, there is a crisis,
Drop the
nearly a
link
state
to
of
Rita
emergency
channel for
with
me,
regards to
and
homicides.
Cal's channel.
So they've gotten
I'm
a lot
good,
of
babe.
funding from companies. I'm sorry, not from companies.
How
A lot of
you?
funding from different agencies to help combat the violence, the gun violence in the city. So I made a recording before. I was extremely frustrated, and I have acknowledged that it was not a decision that was in good judgment. Nonetheless, that does not change the fact that what he did when I got there was a criminal act. There was a telephone conversation that I had with the detective after he loaded up the video to YouTube that instructed me to go back to the district because they would have to recode the first report from a communication of threats and to show them the video. Had I done that, he would have been arrested. So I'm wondering at what point, how long is he going to be allowed to go around from platform to platform to platform to platform and milk that story? To be braggadocious about how he's a killer, how he's a thug, how he's a gangster, how he's with the shits because he pulled a gun out on a woman. At what point are the men going to tell him that you don't get street credibility doing that to a woman? That unless you match that energy when it comes to men, and we already know that said person doesn't. What we do know is that when he's confronted by a man, he takes off. That's what he does. And he only goes to platforms where he's going to be protected by women, not by other men, by women. And it's not long, it's about three minutes. We are aware of who called the police. It was actually Goddess Effect who made the police call. Made the call to the police. It was brought to my attention by Uncle Suge. And at the end of the day, something has to give. Because what he's doing is basically filing police reports and presenting himself as a victim, when at the same damn time he's correct. Okay. Oh goodness, hold on. Let me take it back to where we left. Sorry about that. I skipped to a whole nother video, and that wasn't supposed to happen. Hold on. On my way to Grown Folks TV 2.0. Grown Folks TV. He's been online all day long, threatening to kill me, threatening to kill my children, and he's been doing it relentlessly. He was sent to cease and desist. Nonetheless, he still continues to contact me. He still continues to live stream. He still continues to make death threats. And while he's making death threats, simultaneously going to the police department, filing police reports. The police were called today. I have the live stream downloaded on my laptop. He brandished a handgun. Not only did he brandish a handgun, but he showed the clip. He said that he would put a gun in my mouth, basically and reenacted some sort of scenario where he would be putting a gun in my mouth, and he did that on the live stream with over 300 people. When the police got there, we are aware of who called the police. It was actually Goddess Effect who made the call to the police. That was brought to my attention by Uncle Shug. And at the end of the day, something has to give. Because what he's doing is basically filing police reports and presenting himself as a victim, while at the same damn time, he's harassing relentlessly, stalking my chat room, stalking the people that come to my channel, harassing the people that come to my channel. I filed the police report on this dude, and he still keeps going. He made fun and was mocking of it when I called the police as a protection to report that basically this dude just lost his shit because he could not control me and control my YouTube channel. This is a 55-year-old fucking man. There's no excuse for his fucking behavior under the sun. Okay, I don't know this man, and he has no justifiable reason for what he's doing, period. And then presenting himself as a fucking victim, but there are videos on his channel, and this is the narcissism. There are videos on his channel where he's making these fucking threats, and the channel and the flag, but he's trying. But I lost 2 of my channels, so clearly there's some shit going on in the space that I'm not aware of. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm not aware of it, but I will say this: I'm gonna start being very selective about who I associate with, because at the end of the day, he didn't flag that channel by himself. That was a collaborated effort. It took multiple content creators, moderators, and subscribers to do that. Those videos that they flagged were private, and it requires an experienced YouTuber to know how to do that. Okay. With that being said, I'm on my way to Grown Folks TV's Devin Johnny Cannon. Okay, I'm on my way to his house, basically to ask him what the fuck is up. Like, why do you keep fucking threatening me and my family? Like, what is your fucking issue? What do I owe you? This man is online talking about he owns me, but at the same time, he's calling the police, claiming that he's a goddamn victim. On my way to. So that was it. So it was just interesting just to sit back and just watch all of these different case scenarios play out and all of this sensationalism. And I'm just trying to figure out from the other content creators, in particular, the bigger content creators, how long are y'all going to let this dude milk this? Because I have video, just like I have that video, I have video of before he came out of the house. And I haven't shown any of it to anybody. I'm just curious, how long are y'all going to allow him to call somebody a clout chaser? How long are you going to allow him to call me the clout chaser when he's the one going from panel to panel to panel to panel to panel to panel to panel? He's a victim, he's a victim, he's a victim, but he hasn't stopped talking about it. You all can hear him making threats. Is it that the Black community doesn't know what a threat is anymore? Or is it that the Black community only acknowledges when I'm making a threat? But nobody seems to take note when I'm not making a threat. or when I'm not a threat, right? So if I have that video, certainly on Folks TV, I have the video, right, where I actually. One second. Okay. Let me take it back to where we. I'm recording. Because he's been filing false police reports. The intercom through the speaker. Let me take it back a little bit, because what I made it a point to do was state that he told me to stay right there. I'm actually going to move a little bit further away from the step, just for my own safety. Hold on. Okay? I'm not going to show or give the visual or anything. Just for my own safety. But the fact of the matter is, not only did he tell me to stay there, I'm recording. And what I'm saying is that he told me to stay there from the intercom. What's up? What's up? What's up? The first thing he said out of his mouth is, "Did you come with your drawers off?" When he opened the door. The minute, and that was disarming, right? Because he doesn't, clearly, he doesn't, I'm not able to see the handgun in his hand. I'm going to play it back a little bit, and then I'm going to leave it at that. Run it back just a little bit. And hopefully, going to move a little bit further. Hopefully, you guys, hold on, can hear over the air, because it's really, really hot. It's like August in Philadelphia, so it's really hot. Through the intercom, through the speaker. Told me to stay right here through the intercom, through the speaker. I'm actually going to move a little bit further away from the step, just for my own safety. Yeah. And I want to continue to film the door. What's up? What's up? What's up? Something has to give. What's up? What's up? What's up? No, I did not come with my drawers off. What's up? So I'm just wondering, all of the people, the content creators that keep giving this dude all of this shine, I'm trying to figure out, I didn't hear anybody other than Pastor Wilson say, well, why are you asking the woman if she has drawers on? See, I find it ironic that the women that ran with that whole narrative that I went there with this dude, went there, they have sex with this dude, right? That I'm disgusted by. I'm trying to figure out whose sexual advances I have rebuffed. whose personal invites I've declined. Even when we did have an amicable rapport. I didn't hear anybody but Pastor Wilson say, hey, that's a problem. So all of these people that are giving this dude all of these accolades and saying, oh yeah, I would have did the same thing. Okay, you would have did the same thing. You would have came out of your friggin' house with a handgun all concealed where it's not clearly visible. And then ask a woman if she was wearing any, did she come with no drawers on? With no panties on? So it's ironic to me, all of these people have done all of this analysis on this video and nobody got that part. That was the first thing that came out of his mouth. But he's being allowed to call into different places and to hop on panels. And nobody is really questioning this dude. Nor is anybody really telling this dude, hey, listen, when it's said and done, you don't get street credibility from pulling a gun on a woman. Happy Sunday, everybody. But let's talk about it.
So his little, he has, his little chat room concubines that have gone around from place to place to place to place to place that, every time I go live, they run up in my chat asking, well, what did you, why did you go to it? Okay, did you ask him? Why he came out of that? First of all, again, you have people talking about, well, you went to, okay, well, you said this. Do you know what the law is? The law would be applicable to what happened in that instant. The law didn't say, okay, well, do you realize that the police officers were aware that threats, both parties had made threats? And fortunately, the Philadelphia police are savvy enough to know that when it comes to certain things like that, you can't just go to the Philadelphia police and say, this person threatened me to do this, that, and all the other, and the other party can show where you made threats as well. It doesn't work like that here. This is not some small hick town out in the woods somewhere. And what he agreed to, because I still had 2 devices that I was recording from, was that he agreed to leave it alone. What he then turned around and did is get right back online, not even 24 hours later, and attempt to capitalize off of that video, basically providing the evidence. And for those of you that did not hear what the detective said the first time, I'm going to let you hear what the detective said. You have all of these experts and all of these people that may have been paralegals in a former fucking life. At the end of the fucking day, there's a detective that I'm telling, he posted the video of him and the weapon is clearly visible. They didn't lock his ass up because they didn't see him with a gun. It doesn't matter.
I didn't break into his house. It's not against the law to ring somebody's doorbell. There is no stay away order for me to stay away from his house. Had that been the case and I went there, then that would be breaking the law. It's not against the law to go ring somebody's doorbell. I don't care what time of night it is. It's not. It's not open season for you to come out the door just shooting a person. And you certainly are not allowed to do it with a fucking unauthorized fucking weapon. If you carry a gun on a public street in Philadelphia, which is why he lied about it, your ass is going to get arrested for carrying an unauthorized firearm on a public fucking street. The city of Philadelphia is in a state of emergency. It's borderline state of emergency because of the gun violence. They would have locked his ass up if they had caught him with a handgun. That's why he had the presence of mind to take the gun in the house and then come back out the house, to not have the gun on. It doesn't make him smart, because if he was smart, he wouldn't have uploaded it, providing the evidence that wasn't there at the time that the police were there. The police gave me information to contact the district attorney's office. The district attorney said, no, you need to go back to the district, because if he had a firearm, that is a felony. We do not handle felonies. You need to go back to the district and tell them that he had a weapon. Before any of that happens, he uploads the video and tells everybody to share it. Why? Because he thinks it makes him look tough. He thinks it makes him look like a gangster. Again, or grown-ass, able-bodied men that might want to come fuck him up because of the shit that he does online, are they supposed to be intimidated by that? Is that what's supposed to happen? Because I'm not understanding the YouTube tool. Are the other men supposed to be fearful because he did that? I'm just curious, what exactly is he supposed to get out of it? It had to be something. It had to be something that he thought he was going to get out of it. But nonetheless, it's been close to 23 days. And you have not heard me release any audio. You have not seen me show you any video. And I have not went on a single person's platform with the exception of Pastor Wilson. And that was to correct the inaccurate information that was being put out there. People were saying I went there with a damn bathrobe on. No, you bitches would like to go there with a bathrobe on. Why don't you? As a matter of fact, why don't you take up so much of his time that he can leave women that don't want to be bothered with him the fuck alone? He was told formally that I can prove with a goddamn police report and a cease and desist that
Okay, I'm back, y'all. You know, so it's like these broads, they can run around, they can act as his, you know, they can speak up on his behalf. You can do every goddamn thing, but tell him to shut the fuck up, that the story is old. Y'all been talking about the shit for a fucking month, but calling everybody else a fucking clout chaser. How much more can you milk out of the story? He done used that as a way to kick in doors over there in the beef sector. And now that you over there, if you think that the women, if you think it's going to be a cakewalk for your ass over there in the beef sector, where you just going to go over there and attack all the women and not have to contend with some of them dudes that's over there, that's the definition of a damn clout chaser. What smaller content creators is he over there collaborating with? Do you think it's some accident that he ends up in Kwani's chat? That he ends up in Brianna's chat? That he ends up in Miss Olivia's chat? That he ends up in Five Babe's chat? That he ends up in Tracy's chat on Tracy's panel? What happened to him going over there supporting Jay Dunn? Would he realize he didn't have the juice, she didn't have the juice that he was looking for, that he could capitalize off of? Because that's the only goddamn thing you want. I was disgusted listening to a grown ass man sit there and talk about shit like a woman's fucking ovaries. It made me sick. And for these broads to sit there and act like they got right, Kels, and act like when it's said and fucking done. Listen, don't nobody want that nigga. Y'all got him all to your motherfucking self. He can stay over there and abuse and use y'all bitches. Just leave the fucking women that don't want shit to do with him the fuck alone. He was told formally, advised formally in fucking April to leave me the fuck alone. Y'all ain't had nothing to say about him over there making videos talking about he owns me. He can stay over there and abuse the fuck out of you bitches and use you till you can't be fucking used no more. Because every goddamn thing you stupid ass bitches sit there and watch him do to other fucking women, he'll fucking do to you. Let's Get It was doing all y'all bitches was doing and was feeding the fucking nigga. And look what he did to her. Put her nude photographs out there and tried to humiliate her. When she fed that dusty nigga. The only goddamn thing you raggedy bitches got to show for being over there at Grown Folks TV is neglected spouses and neglected significant others. The fuck at home while you over there working for free for fucking nothing. Because ain't nobody over there the bottom bitch but fucking Nikki Baker. All of you other bitches are nothing but fucking placeholders.
Nikki Baker ain't shit but a goddamn replacement for Goddess Effect. And anybody that see through his bullshit and get the fuck away from him, he gonna fucking attack or either line him up to be attacked by some fucking body else. Just like he did the Millennial Queens. Period. And unlike the rest of the unlike the rest of them, the rest of them, a lot of millennials, they actually brought value to that trifling ass fucking channel. Because if you've never heard them speak before, you would not believe that they were as young as they were. They can actually have a conversation. And when they decided that, listen, okay, we don't have a problem with starting the young folks TV. We don't have a problem with doing it. But where is our, they wanted some sort of something in writing. There ain't nobody fucking, them days is over. The day of the Geechee is over. Ain't nobody building up shit for no nigga to fucking, for him to benefit from. Hey, Paul. So when it's said and done, y'all, tomorrow, like I said, I got business to take care of. I gotta get downtown, and I want to say probably be back by home by like 12 or 1, and then I'm going to get started. But I just wanted to show y'all that, to let y'all know that at the end of the day, there's certain parts of that audio that are not clearly, that you can't hear clearly from his home video, but I was still recording throughout the whole ordeal. I was recording before I went there. I recorded a video before I got there that captured a part of what he was saying online. That home video I have, that the date and the time that it was recorded, all of that has been saved. Hey, Triple L. But I'm not going to keep addressing that shit over and over again. He's milked that story for as much as it can be fucking milked for. And the Star Report did come in. The Star Report did actually send me an email to let me know that I was mentioned on his show. I didn't see it. But I didn't get the email. I wasn't even aware of it until he actually came into the chat and said that he had sent it. And then when he typed the email address that he sent it to, that actually is an email address of mine. He actually did send the email. But because that's not the email that I use all of the time, that's more of a personal email address. I don't check that one as frequently. I thought he had sent it to either the Outlook or the Gmail or a Gmail account. No, he sent it to the Nubian Narcissistic Abuse ICU email. But he did email me again, and he emailed me the link, and we did communicate by email. So I just wanted to make that clear, that I had talked to him after that. Prior to that, I didn't know. I hadn't talked to him, but I did talk to him.
Right, Donna Harris. Exactly. They got to make a bunch of noise before they go in the city and jingle a bunch of, they got to jingle a bunch of cans. If they want to, if they go in any place, they got to let you listen. He's too old for that. He's too old for it. And then they have a bunch of old ass bitches that act like they don't know that this nigga's full of shit. No, he went over there in the beef sector because the niggas' donations had dried up in this sector because nobody was fucking with him. So, Brianna, if you don't know, if you don't see what everybody's saying about him, don't worry, give it some time. Let him not be able to do what he want to do over there on your platform, or to be able to manipulate you in the way that he want to be able to manipulate you. And you're going to find out why nobody in this sector messes around with him. So I'm just going to tell you to be careful. Okay? Because he turned on, you see how he turned on the way he turned on Vi and the way he turned on Tracy, he'll do the same thing to you. Just like he's done just about any female content creator that has had anything to do with him. Just be careful. And a lot of times what snakes like him do is they are so accustomed. And this is what I found so disturbing about what a lot of these women do. These dudes know Black women are so desperate and destitute for validation and for acceptance, and for somebody to show them just a crumb of attention. That's that they play on that. So when they encounter a woman that they can't manipulate like that, that throws them off. Because they're used to being able to, flirt and things like that and be able to get what they want out of a woman. When that doesn't work, they don't really know how to take her after that. Because they're so used, that's such an effective method, especially on social media, to validate them. And then they triangulate women. Well, I'll play you against this one. This one looks better. This one got out. That's nothing more than triangulation. I see it from a completely different perspective. That's all it is. It's triangulation and it's manipulation. Hey, Lena. Welcome, everybody. If it's your first time here, welcome. I'm a little tired, but but I wanted to just let y'all see that because I wanted y'all to get the congrats again, Mr. Live. I knew Mr. Live was getting married. Hey, eBay Cancer. I wanted y'all to get to get that part of that this is what, this dude comes out of his door saying that. And people think that that's appropriate. It's not appropriate. It's not appropriate. And he was not, even though that was at his house, okay? Nobody's confused about, and this is the part that goes over their heads. Okay? If it was a crime for me to be at his house, I would have been arrested. If it was a crime for me to ring his doorbell, I would have been arrested. If it was a crime for me to call his mother, I would have been arrested. He was taking y'all money. How many months? How many months ago, Kels, was that? Wasn't that back in late March, April, where he started that campaign, where he was going to have me arrested and the warrants have been issued? It takes less than a fucking week to have a warrant issued here. If I had a warrant, they would have arrested me then. I gave them my driver's license. If I had a warrant, they would have arrested me. There was no warrant. So sorry, not sorry. That's a fucking scam. When you get up here and you tell people are donating to you under the pretense, not that I give a fuck about where my ops spend their money, but let's call a thing a thing. He knew goddamn well there wasn't no warrants when he got up here and told y'all that shit. But because he doesn't have any other content that can generate any traction to his channel, where the warrants at? Why didn't the police know I had a warrant when I was there? When they ran my ID? I mean, when they ran the license, why didn't they know I had a warrant? I wasn't using an alias. So why didn't they know that I had a warrant? Because I didn't have a warrant. And there had been how many months? April, May, June, July, August, four or five fucking months. You still no warrant yet? Oh, the wheels of justice turn slow. No, he's full of shit. And the goddamn maker of heaven and earth ain't gonna let you get no shit like that off, because he knows your motivations. And his motivations and why he had so much vitriol is because of the fact that he couldn't control me. I told y'all, the only thing that stops a lot of these abusive men from really physically hurting you is proximity. If they could beat you into submission, they would. So these brain dead bitches that have been running around here, these maids that work for free, like illegal immigrants in the fucking country, that's been running around doing all this windmilling. Bitch, your arms ain't tired yet? Your arms ain't tired in your ass. Your arms should be tired and your ass ain't even wet. Stop projecting onto me that I'm a desperate bitch, when at the end of the day, it's you bitches that are desperate. It's you bitches that don't have any self-esteem. It's you bitches that need to get some business about your fucking self. Because I'm going to show you bitches how it's done. I'm going to act like you don't even fucking exist. Anybody that come into my chat room bringing up their bullshit, they're going to get blocked. He's old fucking news. If it was about beefing back and forth for views, that would be something different. I'm a roaster. I can go back and forth and roast. That's not, he forfeited the ability to do that. Because not only did he resort to doxing me first, be clear about that. I didn't dox him first. He doxed me first. Just like he doxed Suge first. I called him out on doxing Suge right on my panel. He just didn't like the way Suge responded to him doxing him. He didn't like it when he was doxed back. I called him out on doxing Suge from this very panel because I saw him do it. I can't, everybody wants to always bring up all of these other, no. That instance, I seen him dox him first. I know for a fact he doxed me first. He just didn't like it when I doxed him back. So his motivations, for the most part, was because his ego was bruised. How does somebody run around calling other women that are impoverished bums? Every other day they're calling, well, what is his, if his mother's not a bum? His mother lives 30% below the poverty line. That's why she lives in Richard Allen projects. That's what you would need to live. You have to be below 30% below the poverty line to live in the projects. On paper. So why is he running around here calling other people bums when his mother lives in housing that's subsidized by the United States government? That's not government assistance. Why is he running around here filing for PPP loans? That's documented. No, see, everybody wants to run with innuendo, suspicion, and allegation. Those are fucking facts. It is a fact that Joyce Cannon resides in Richard Allen projects. Those are just the facts. It is a fact that Devin Cannon's business is registered as Joyce Cannon's address, which is in the Philadelphia Housing Authority, a public housing project, point blank period. If you type in Google his business name, his mother's address comes up. Nobody was looking for his mother's address. His mother's address was found as a result of it being linked to the business that he claimed that he gets up here and brags about, that he owns, that he is the CEO of. All you have to do is go to Google and type in community career builders. That is how his mother's address was found. And because his ego was bruised, because he couldn't take the drag, he started doxing, but he just didn't like it when his ass got doxed back. The fact that the property on Chew Avenue was in foreclosure, that's not innuendo. That's not my opinion. Those are the facts. The fact that he had a gas bill that was so high, the gas was terminated, those are facts. That's a part of public record. Those are facts, whether they like it or not. So all of that vitriol and that obsession, that is where that comes from. But it's not a game that I started. It's a game he started. Because I made one simple request. Listen, I don't have anything to do with your beef with this person. This person has not done anything to me. I'm good with them. You have to take your issues with that individual to your champ. If I'm not talking about them, you're not going to be allowed. If I don't have a problem with a person, you're not going to be allowed to create conflict.
Him and NBK both wanted me to protect them from Suge. They wanted to sit on my panel, take shots at him from the panel, and then be protected here. I don't run a witness protection program. They wanted to be protected and coddled how the women over there protect and coddle. And I'm a divestment-minded woman. I just don't give it up like that. Period. They're two able-bodied men. And when they were both on the panel together, Suge respected me enough to allow NBK to get out his gripe. NBK continued to cut Suge off. I still have the live streams of exactly what happened and exactly what unfolded. If anybody cares to find out the truth, all of the videos are public on this channel. See, one thing I know about these motherfuckers on YouTube is when they get ready to find something, it ain't a motherfucking place where you're going to be able to hide it. So if they wanted to know the truth, if they had a care or concern about the truth, about the origin of a situation, they would do their research. I've been a little tied up over the last couple of days, so I'm a little bit behind on my streams. I have to catch up with my streams. A lot of people in this sector are unsubscribed. The ones that I fuck with, I'm still sub to their channel, so I'll see if they post anything. And my faves in the beef sector. Other than that, I watch other things on YouTube. Okay, y'all. So it's now about my bedtime. I'm ready to make me a snack. Y'all know I get up at the crack of dawn. I'm an early bird. Thank y'all guys for hanging out with me for the last 3 hours and 29 minutes and putting up with all the goddamn technical difficulties. And I gotta think, you know what I gotta think of, y'all? A game. How in the hell are we gonna play? You know what? I'm gonna think of a game. Well, I'm gonna have to design a game. Kind of like Clue. You know the game Clue? I love you, Kels. Kind of like Clue. See, you know what? Lena came to the first cyber slumber party. Actually, Lena was at the first cyber slumber party where we stayed up just about. Well, we did pull an overnighter. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have spa. You're gonna have a little spa time, little story time, other things, cocktail hour. It's gonna be fun. I love you, Lena. Yes, I love like I feel like the old games that we used to play when we was kids, Connect Four, Perfection, Life, Monopoly, all of that kind of stuff. Oh man. I'm thinking of, but Clue, I was thinking of Clue because I'm like, okay, we got to think of a game. It got to be a game where I can be able to like gift it. Got like be like a gift certificate or something. You can email or something. I'm thinking now I might not be able to start the game on Monday, Fashionista, but something is either it's going to be some type of either murder mystery, or it's going to be a murder mystery murder that has to do with a mistress. I was thinking about the Carla Hugh story. Have you ever heard of her before? Her name is Carla Hughes, and she actually murdered the fiance of her lover.
amazing. She was an amazing student, college graduate. The dude was a college graduate as well. They worked at a school, y'all. They started creeping in the school. Can you imagine a coach and a teacher creeping around at school, and then the teacher ends up killing the coach's fiance? Listen, y'all, she was pregnant. There is another case in North Carolina that's similar to that. And when I tell you it's some creepy, creepy shit, it's crazy. So I think Monday is going to be, I think I probably need about a week to be able to come up with the game and come up with the way that I'm not going to be able to do that by tomorrow. But Carla Hughes, and it's going to be another one because it's going to be 2 hours. Yes, her name is Carla Hughes. Okay, Gypsy Heart. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Lena got it up there, y'all. So that it'll be a mistress murder Monday. Murderous mistresses for on Mondays. And then we'll have as time goes on, as I get a little bit more better with formatting, then it'll be the I'll add on as time gets as time goes on, as I get more structured, Okay, so ladies and gents, I'm about ready to take it down. I'm tired. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm going to start coming on, on more when I get, as I work on my Patreon to do like exclusive content. I'll be camming up more. First of all, I have to get a better camcorder. That camcorder is okay, but I would like to have a better one. I gotta do some research on a good quality camera to produce some quality like videos. So you do have to have really good editing software. I think the top of but they have free options, but I think the top of the line would be whatever Adobe has. It's just really, really complex. I might want to take another crack at it because I think when I tried it, I was just so overwhelmed. It's just so much shit. But I think I'm a lot more knowledgeable about it now. I might try it again. But let me make sure. In the description, guys, there is my podcast and my blog and my other YouTube channel. Okay, so that way, if you don't see me on this channel for a couple of days, you'll know where I am. So I'm going to go. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll catch up with you. You all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Be safe. Okay, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace.